Alright. We good? We're good. Good, good, good. Alright. Let's continue. Let's get there. Okay. We've just arrived. No, it's not smoke. We run out of the capital. Kind of lost our duel, I guess. Let's see what we can do here, though, at least. This looks like what? Oh. Oh.
Are you alright?
So where we first met? My head's swimming. What is this place?
The royal flower? A surprise to see them blooming here. Something about this place. Yes. The flow of Magla is strong here. It is much like the altar of the dragon god.
Okay.
The Magla in the air seems to be concentrated here. What is this place?
Gallica, something the matter? Your mind seems elsewhere.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here. Anyway, let's keep moving.
So here you are at last.
Oh. Shaded person. I'd be surprised if that's not, what was his name? Zorbon? I think that's what it was. The necromancer that Louis had. It's lots of beautiful white flowers grown in clusters. Before I left home, I never knew that these flowers represented royalty. What are they doing within the ancient sanctum? Good question. Were they here first? Like, before they became considered the royal flower? Oh, there's the village. That doesn't look good.
How odd. This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue. Without so much as a reason.
Okay.
They made an inferno of the place.
So this isn't the village that they live in
Why would His
now.
Majesty
This is
order
the
such an
older
atrocity?
one.
Thinking back now, it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him, he would have done it just to purge the filthy Elda tribe.
Louise claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the humans. If he spoke true...
They're not. There's no way. Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced to hide in caves. That way everyone would think they were wiped out.
I mean, it is interesting. We've run into every other kind of tribesperson, but other Eldens. Is it because Eldens don't... Like, if you look between myself and the others, there's not really a defining feature besides my two different eye colors. And I don't know if that's a trait unique to me or if it's a trait of the tribe. Like, the Clamar have the horns, the Roussant have the ears, I think Nadia's pupil, like, there's no pupil in their eye. The Mustari have the third eye, the Ishkia have the wings, the Parapis have the... It's usually dog features. The Ujifs are bat creatures. I wonder if I've seen another Elden and not noticed it.
Saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcis? No matter. His Highness is in this cave, correct?
Oh, they all hide in one cave?
Yes, over there.
I grabbed my head. It looked like something was going on.
What?
A person!
That...
Is that...
Draws no breath. Likely a stab in the back. I doubt he even had time to shout.
Based on the way it looks a little bit more like a slash than a stab. But all the same, he's been attacked from behind.
He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot more skilled than those Sanctist warrior monks.
Yeah, like, Juna doesn't have pupils in the same way that everybody else has. Maybe that white in the back of her eye, or the white in the middle of her eye is supposed to be the pupil there?
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
I didn't really give it too much thought.
Yes. It's past the woods, over there.
Then we move.
Off we go. Like, everybody acted like they didn't know any Eldens and they never met one, so... I guess it makes sense for there to not be other Eldens in the city. This Magla? That's not good. There's a bunch of pixies here. Or are they fairies? What is the correct terminology for them in this? Ooh. Gold beetle. Hello. They left. It's a fairy, okay. Think they'll feel a little alarmed if we swarmed in on them as a big group like this. For now, let's leave them be and move on. Okay. It's a fairly old GG man. It seems he's working to lay a body to rest.
Russell?
I was gonna say, he seems familiar.
Huh? My word. Is that you, Gallica?
You were His Highness's tutor.
I know but one red-tressed knight. Are you the royal guard? The Lady
Red-tressed?
Hulkenberg? By the heavens.
Is that about her hair?
Then
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought to save the prince.
alas, oh, what a tragedy. If this reunion had only been a moment sooner.
Russell, where is His Highness? What happened?
Is the prince
Is His
dead?
Highness safe?
A few days ago, those detestable cursed thorns finally faded.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It was truly a joy beyond words. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger, a loathsome figure, came striding in. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse's lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck.
Oh.
His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
He's dead?
No, that can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him. Of the Resistance's numbers, only I remain.
Who was responsible for this?
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron's name aloud as he did the deed. For Count Luis, from the moment he
Zarbon,
appeared,
right?
I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's eyes, the stranger left, with only a smile.
an innocent boy. Twice tormented in the clutches of assassins. All because of the family he was born into.
Luis, there really is no evil you won't stoop to.
Please, Russell. Where is the prince?
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave. He rests just this way.
You're coming, aren't you, love?
I must.
I must go to him.
You're right. Maybe we'll find some way to help.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there was a boy candidate who claimed to be His Highness. So, that was you? 'Tis just as St. Rilla said. You're no scoundrel. Indeed, you risked life and livelihood to see His Highness restored. Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Well, I will go before you to the prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
Something about me reminds you of the prince. Before I go to the prince, I think I'll help Russell lay this body to rest. Okay. What could it be about the prince, though?
I'm going to stay here.
I don't think they have anything like cloning or copies. What else could there be? Could it be a homunculus?
No. I must bear witness for myself.
Think so. It hasn't happened anywhere else
As
yet.
his knight, I must.
I found it a little funny that the Yijif is a very small shovel, and then I have a shovel that looks much larger and does not look like a normal shovel in comparison.
I'm a little worried.
Get to the prince as quickly as I can. Okay.
It's nearly time.
This voice. It's nearly time. Am I...
Have I waited?
Oh? Long have you waited? Am I truly the prince?
Hey, you.
Are you associated with the group that's been sheltering the prince? It's all because of them that another calamity has befallen us. Oh. The prince is the only Elder with a resistance. Alright, so the resistance set up here and the Eldas weren't part of it? Why would you not be fighting back? I guess you didn't want to die. I guess that makes sense.
Beg pardon?
Did you really come from outside the sanctum? Yes, I did. But wait. Okay. So, they heard that the prince was the only Elda in the resistance. She's questioning if I'm an Elda from the outside. I've been thinking that I'm Elden. Am I not Elden?
You must hurry. The time has come.
To reveal the truth. These resistant members can keep on sacrificing themselves for all I care. It's not my problem, because they came out sounding a little cold. I suppose it can help carry the bodies away. There's too many for that old Yijif to handle all on his own.
What?
Right past this door here is the living quarters. Lady Gruade made it strictly clear that it's not to be opened under any circumstances. You've heard me running it. You've heard me hurry along now. Okay.
All was for this day.
All was for this day? But the prince is
There is
dead.
still time.
Is he not? The fairies. Oh, they know Gallica. Okay. Gallica, is it really you? I was wondering where you'd gone off to. Thinking you should stay far the others. The others, they're fine. It's just a bunch of people who died. More importantly, Gallica, we have to go gather petals for that flower patch. Oh, from that flower patch in the forest.
Sure.
Gather petals from the flower patch. What? Oh, maybe later, okay? I'm still on a mission, so now really isn't the time to. You've changed, Gallica. You're even starting to talk like one of them. So weird.
What?
Are you trying to be a person? You're strange now. Okay. Priestly man. Farum is located further in at the moment it's being used to mourn those who are no longer with us. I pray you don't cause a disturbance. Okay. I'm ready. A shop here? So many people to talk to. People who brought the prince to this village called themselves simply the Resistance. They feared a name would spread word of their existence. Their numbers have gradually dwindled, and after today's tragedy, Russell is all who remains. Hardly Resistance now. Today's tragedy? Truth is, during the attack, I crossed paths with the assailant. He walked right past me on the stairs outside. At the time, the only thing that struck me was his unusual garb. Otherwise, he walked by so casually, it seemed nothing was amiss. It was only afterwards that I found out that he had just massacred all those people. I tremble even now just thinking about it. Maybe it's not Zarbon, then. Zarbon's got a distinct appearance. Beyond this door is the place the organization has been using as a hideout, or should I say it was beyond this door, other than the elderly Russell. The rest of them are... Perhaps we brought this out ourselves, but still, it's also dreadful. Okay. It is Gallica. The funniest stuff happened while you were gone. Your friend totally fell into a pond. It was hilarious. Okay. Your friend is further in. Like in here?
Huh?
Oh, this is the friend. Wait, is it you, Gallica? You're okay? You left in such a hurry. I was so worried. Okay. Traveling on a mission. It must be pretty hard. I can tell just by looking at you. And I can tell you've changed a lot, too. You're totally different. Is it because of this person you're with? You two are just like the king and fairy of legend. Legend? Yep, a long time ago there was a man who traveled all across the world, and he had a fairy with him, just like you two. One day that traveler became a mighty king, and his fairy companion became as wise and knowledgeable as a person. So everyone called her Queen, more of a respect thing. That's the legend. Huh. Wait, what did the fairy do after the journey ended? Did she stay by the king's side? Who knows? I don't even know if the story's true or not, but if she did stay, I think that'd be lovely. What's this, then? Oh.
Oh!
I'm not part of the resistance. Yourself out of my own time. Yeah, I saw the coffin out there. Ever since I was a kid, the old man's been teaching me much about the outside world. The adults all speak ill of the resistance, but the younger folk around here are all genuinely grateful for them. This is where he was. When I looked into the far side mirror, I saw the prince laying upon this very bed. Yep. There's so many caskets here. Numerous coffins are laid out in hastily arranged rows. She's this assassin? I thought it was Zarbon. Maybe it's not, though. You're from the outside, aren't you? Hey, am I telling me what's going on right now? Nobody will tell me anything. They all just say, don't leave the house. I know the fires are scary, but it's all too much to be holed up like this. I, for one, have no intention of spending my life running between caves and forests.
Oh, it's you!
Beyond here lies the Altar of Secret History, the sanctuary which houses the true story of our people and world. Kindly refrain from making any loud noises lest you startle the fairies. Can I go through? I can. Okay.
Huh?
The fairies. What do they have to say to her? A long time has really been so long. I suppose you're right. Guess you didn't miss me much. It's been several months, you know? Gallica is keeping track of time now.
What?
Oh. A day, a month, a year. It's people talk. What does time matter to a fairy? You're almost like them. But I guess that's kind of cool. Ooh. Wait. I don't know why I'm so happy right now. You're happy to see Gallica? Okay. Let's play. What should we do? What should we play? What do you mean you can't? Are you really Gallica? The mural depicts a scene from ancient history. The image appears to show some academic studying a store of hidden power contained within a person's body. The artwork is titled The Invention of Magic. No, that's not it. Okay. The mural depicts a scene from ancient history. A spellbinding city is depicted, filled with towering futuristic architecture that's far beyond anything in the three nations' capitals. The artwork is entitled The Era of Light. Oh. No, it's this too. Okay. We'll go this way for it. A dragon? Mural takes a scene from ancient history. An elegant capital city crumbles in flames. Large-scale magic is cast and dragons are let loose into the chaos. The artwork is entitled The War of the Dragons. Oh. The mural depicts a scene from ancient history. Together, the three artworks form one large screen. 8 youths stand facing away from each other in a ring formation. At the center of the circle lies a corpse holding a flower. Each figure is from a different tribe. Perhaps the corpse belongs to an Elda. All 8 have their backs to the body. The artwork is titled Triptych. Triptych? Birth of the Tribes. Strange. What do you have to say? Never felt more at peace than here. Children a lot, but this village and especially this place is just so relaxing.
Oh, it's
I do
you.
agree with you. There's just this aura that draws us fairies in. I wonder if folk like you feel the same thing. There are indeed a lot of fairies here. This is the exception to it, yeah. Isn't it just like a fairy to find somewhere we like and stay there for as long as we want? I suppose so. Okay, what's this one for? That's all the different tribes. The city lies in ruins in the background, a testament to the repercussions of war. In the foreground, resilient survivors take up an agrarian lifestyle. The artwork is entitled Dawn. Okay. The mural depicts a historical scene from a seemingly more recent era than the others. A Clamar general leads an army. The soldiers are equipped with modern weaponry, including gauntlet runners and igniters. The artwork is entitled The Second World. A wise-looking youth and a beautiful woman face each other in a familiar forest. Could this depict the sanctum? Upon closer examination, the woman is an Elda. The art appears to be a blessing of union between the two figures. I wonder when this scene is supposed to have taken place. The artwork is entitled Union. Is that artwork corresponding to the prince? I don't know. That's how this place looks. I don't think that would make sense. Looks too old for that to be the case.
Come off it.
Heard that the Elder are considered a sullied tribe to the outside world. Perhaps that's reflected in the current state of affairs. That child is a royalty, yet his life has been defined by tragedy beyond anything that I have experienced. To think that there are those who would see such a child as no more than prey to be slain, to look upon a mere boy such as he and revile him, their souls are truly cursed.
Hey.
The prince's, oh highness, for you to forfeit your life in order to save ours, it can only mean that we have truly failed you. There can be no atonement, no penance to match the magnitude of our failure. Okay.
Now
What
am I
do
to
you
do?
sell here? Sage pills, ambrosia. Miraculous medicine, revival medicine, panacea. Okay. You have weapons too. Becomes. Oh, never mind. The weapon that he is currently is ice, or is this one ice? Doesn't say anything about it being ice. Comet lance. Hold on.
Sorry.
No, not that.
What now?
Okay, no. You currently have ice on.
Now
That's
what
what
am I
it
to
is.
do?
Okay. So those things I was seeing were from the current weapons. Got it. Nothing special there. Okay. Alright. What do you have to say? To be completely honest, there are those within the sanctum who think ill of both His Highness and the Resistance. But life is priceless for him to have died in such a way at so tender an age. Let us pray so that such tragedy is never repeated. Offer your prayers not to any idol, but to the God that dwells within. Okay.
This way.
No.
Your Highness.
Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. Huh? Gallica, you've returned.
Milady Gruade.
Oh,
It's been a
you're
long
Gruade. I see.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruade.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No, it all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe and still here until the rightful day comes. Even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man. He is still Her Majesty's son.
By that despicable man, Her Majesty. Hmm. That might have to do with the mural for Union.
Despicable. What, you mean the king? Wait, who's Her Majesty?
Do you know nothing of the child's mother? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. His mother was our past chiefess, the queen of our elder tribe.
I understand.
She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. She saved this child from the flames. And it cost her her life. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless. The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty. And so... You there, boy. Are you perhaps... no, it can't be. And yet...
Okay, so the Elder don't have different colored eyes normally. So that's a trait for myself. What is it that she's recognizing about me?
Is something amiss, Milady Gruede? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the prince's name.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
A voice.
Hey, are you okay?
The time has come. Here
Oh.
thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee.
Okay.
Now remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew. I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this.
What is this?
His life is not yet ended.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light. Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course.
I look now to the past. I see the roads I traveled on this journey.
Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Louise, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's name.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
I did. It was all for victory. It was all a mistake. It was all for victory.
It was all for victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince
Lies dead before me, is no longer with us.
He is no longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
Then this is where it ends. No further reason to live. No, I don't think that's true.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
He's not dead. His will lives on.
His will lives on.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth.
Ooh,
He was consumed
truth.
by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber.
okay.
Yet his soul remained alive. So from his earthly
Uh-huh.
form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey.
Wait.
And thus his stilled sands began to flow once more. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
His soul was still alive. You removed his soul. Did you put his soul into me? I'm just a traveler. I'm the prince's friend. I am no one. I am the prince's friend.
The prince's friend.
Is that truly thy role? Clear your mind and think, to name but a few. Thy parents, memories of thy youth. Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were spent? Yes, thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
I don't have a past.
I don't have a past.
As I said, thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own creation. 'Twas Gallica alone who the resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past.
Oh.
Thy life had yet to begin. All thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy mission to save the prince. Thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
I have nothing?
Nay, the words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably of his true heart. The memories gained on thy journey, the friendships made, the trust forged. These true things art thine own. All thy trials, all thy experiences, wert to prepare thee for this day. To share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
How does this interact with Luis claiming that Eldas transform into humans? I was created by this voice. Am I an Elda? What am I? My other self. My other self is the prince. It appears.
My other self?
The trust and friendship I've gained has been there to support me. But if they'd known I came from nothing, that I am nothing, would people have stood by me, believed in me? And the same goes for the desire, to help anyone in need. How is it that I've touted such a laughably idealistic belief this long?
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced. If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission and end it here.
Is that right?
My true identity
So I
is...
bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
I refuse to know. I am the prince.
I am the prince.
Ooh.
What is this? I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be? But how?
Impossible.
Hey, what's going on?
What awaits us now?
Oh.
Hark, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world.
Okay. Oh, he's picturing
In his
it?
stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything
I
the prince
see.
sought to be, his ideal. It all began with the novel in thy possession.
Okay.
Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an elder, as I once was.
Wait. Am I hearing the queen? The prince's mother?
The time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
Oh. Refusing. Ooh. Okay.
What? What is this?
What's happened?
Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. Remember now thy true charge. He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone. And thereafter didst thou encounter him.
Who are you? Wait. What am I saying?
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. Newborn in form, if not in appearance, the boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided his memories would be thine. Thou wouldst share past and purpose, a memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey to the capital would not be made alone, but alongside him.
No. That can't be. He was there when we got our orders.
I never thought I would have
He
to
wasn't
ask this
there.
of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
No. But... I was alone?
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could live to see this day, when our dearest wish is fulfilled. As he traveled alongside thee, he gained both strength and wisdom. It is only by thy efforts that my voice reached him. He has now been saved, and so the journey ends here. Thou hast fulfilled thy mission admirably.
What? Wait just a minute. What do you mean, it ends here?
From here on, thy path is thy own.
Oh.
Choose thy own future for thyself, and may the fates smile on thy journey.
How do we make sense of this?
Is it really you? I mean, how do you feel?
I feel fine. I feel lighter. I feel fine.
I feel fine, I think.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself. But I also sense His Highness within him.
Everyone? I need to tell you something. The truth is,
So let me get this straight. You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and His Highness joining together, but that the former was this disembodied entity sprung from the latter?
Then that's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
Yes.
See. Finally, I understand the strange feeling I had sensed upon our meeting. What shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself, a part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very heart. He was his soul given flesh. Perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by material magla, much like how the dragon god manifests beyond the vessel Dracadios.
a mass of magla with a will. Forget the dragon god. He may as well have been a dragon himself. Small wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for magic. He himself was composed of pure magla.
The self, as a manifestation of one's desires. Similar to archetypes. I suppose this is the very essence of magic.
You mean to say that it was not merely pretense to claim the prince's name? He truly was His Highness all along?
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege. Seems like cause for rejoicing, eh? Lady Hulkenberg of the Royal Guard.
But I failed to protect His Highness.
No. I am sure the strength of your devotion had a hand in saving him.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, milady. And in the end, that faith was rewarded.
Fate was changed.
Are you really His Royal Highness the Prince? Please, please forgive me, Your Highness. I failed you when you needed me most. And more, despite being a member of your royal guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
It didn't bother me. You've always been an ally. I pronounce your sentence. I want to do this one.
Then I hereby pronounce your sentence.
Give the poor knight a break, will you? You've been by her side all this time. You of all people know how much she's gone through for you.
This time,
It was a
I will
joke.
protect you. Even should it cost me my very life.
You butted in on it, Heis, man.
Finally, we've done Grius proud. We've really done it.
By the way, what are we supposed
Could've
to call
gone
you
with
now?
it.
I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed, my lord?
Nothing's changed between us. Same way as always.
Captain. Same as always.
No, Your Highness! With all respect, I must object.
But this is no
It's in
time
order.
to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets to decide what we bally call him, so we'll listen to him, eh? What?
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bended knee. You mangled the royal runner to your own whimsy, you lout!
Well, yes, I mean, it was all dashed useful in the end, wasn't it? A bit of clemency, Your Highness.
So much for acting same as always.
It's beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us, but through such extraordinary circumstances. After so long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been a corpse. But all this time, he had been on his own journey. It was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling the world, meeting its people, seeing its truths. And without him even knowing, magic made it real. He is a child of Elden blood and Elden legacy. All these years he spent in the village, he has rested near the secret of true magic. Perhaps this is how it came to be.
His was a fantasy
Secret of
surpassing fantasy.
true magic.
It became more than a dream, but a self-possessed force acting of its own volition. And now, reunited, Prince and fantasy live anew.
A journey to discover and reclaim the self, in all senses. No wonder he set off the custom igniter in the Royal Gauntlet Runner. It was the Crown Prince himself.
Yeah, that makes
When you explain
sense.
like this, it feels like nothing short of a miracle.
I can only guess that fate had a hand in it.
That's right. I remember. I heard a voice. Guide him, it said.
What's this all of a sudden? A guiding voice.
A voice? Whose?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, then we probably met after you'd only just happened, right? I
Yes.
shouldn't have known you then. But for some reason, I was convinced that we'd always been together. I thought we both received the
Brainwashing.
order to save the prince too. Ever since the moment I heard that weird voice guiding me.
A voice? Lady Gruaday mentioned a revelation. Hold on, are we still being mystic and metaphorical, or was there an actual guide involved?
I know someone was guiding me. I just don't know who.
So a disembodied voice. Hang on. Come to think of it, that sounds a bit familiar for me too.
Hey,
Oh?
who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
I do have an idea.
I have a faint idea, but I'm not entirely sure.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in, they seem familiar.
Oh, I know why it's familiar to them. This is where we're at every time they awaken to a new archetype. The voice that they hear, this place, they've felt it and they've heard it before. I think that's what it is.
I might say the same. When I first acquired this power, I had a vision of somewhere not unlike these grounds. Does this mean that we've been guided as well?
Perhaps someone has been at your side unseen, watching over the course of your journey. I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well. But here you are, back in your rightful place. You have come to the end of your arduous journey and found new life. It is a life well won, grasped with your own two hands.
Chiefess Gruaday, we want to know everything. What is the truth behind your tribe, the Elder? We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by sanctism. But this village, it is something altogether different. I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet letting of the sky's light. Please, tell us, what is
the Elder Tribe?
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to
Oh,
the
the
altar
murals?
past the door. I'll wait for you there.
I already took a look at those, but I guess I get to understand more of them now. Ooh. Oh yeah, everybody has something to say about this, don't they? How could this be? 'Tis truly a miracle. Lady Grunde mentioned she'd caught wind of some manner of revelation. Oh, it was on auto.
Oh, it's you!
Beyond is the Altar of Secrets. Oh. Okay. Well, that's not that different.
Oh, now this
There's a really bright life, and now there's a dead person who came back to life. Are all the royalty from the outside world like you? The inside world sounds ridiculous. You tell me that's this. Oh, never mind. You don't tell me the same thing. Okay. One in the heavens, the dead prince is alive. Old man Russell must be dumbfounded. If the rest of the resistance still lived, I wonder how they might have taken the news. Oh yeah, what's that guy think? The one over here. Oh, okay. He doesn't have anything to say to me, I see. Understandable.
Oh, very nice.
Never before have I seen such incredible magic. Your Highness, as I understand it, you managed to thwart 2 separate attempts on your life, correct? We Elder are used to weathering our fair share of misfortune, and yet you've evidently faced so much worse. Ooh, what do you have to say, Russell? How could this be? His Highness resurrected? 'Tis a most joyous turn of events, of course, but I dare say my heart needs a reprieve from all these sharp twists of fate. To think he'd been alive and well, residing in a body composed from magla particles. He furthered his goals by storing his mind within another vessel. 'Tis reminiscent of his Majesty's royal magic. Oh, maybe that's part of how it all worked. Huh. I didn't even think about the royal magic.
Come off it.
Well, I'll be. Am I correct in presuming that you are the prince now? I hadn't heard of any Elder boy joining the Resistance's ranks and going out on missions, so seeing you took me by surprise. To think that you were the prince's other half, fate is a fickle one. Alright, let's go learn the history. Okay, so it starts on the left side. Alright.
Does this depict the Elder Tribe?
Elder comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones. It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
The human tribe.
Oh.
There is no human tribe.
Oh.
Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
Ah, I see. Okay.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today, magic. Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on? They were wrapped
everything.
by division. Over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible, and destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world, and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. The people we now call tribes
I
were
see.
either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
Oh. Humanity was torn apart by fear and anxiety, giving rise to the tribes we know as we know them.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now?
I see.
Yes. We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
This means the prince, that is to say, I am the scion of both the old world and the new.
It beggars belief.
I see.
It is nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's
Good question.
end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken,
Oh.
horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic. Some persist,
Okay.
breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature. Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elder.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic, and... Wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the Church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark? In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic.
Oh.
Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes. The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed. But its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind. As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
The sovereign's power.
Oh.
Thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people. To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names.
Okay. Ooh.
Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence. Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
There is weakness in people. I'm sure there are many who would say that helping anyone in need is nothing but a fantasy.
And besides...
But realistic or not, I refuse to accept Luis's methods as the alternative. The weak and those who dissent don't deserve to die out as though that's the natural order. Oh? Hello there. What is that? Study the Prince Arcana. My determination to challenge the unknown has awakened the heroic embodiment of the Prince. Let's do it. If no one understands me right away, I accept that. There will still be meaning in showing them my convictions in the fight to come. That is my mission.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
I realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger. There's always anxiety in the unknown.
Uh-huh.
I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you because I want to be.
I'm counting on you. Of course it is. Why are you asking if it's okay? Of course it is.
I want you by my side until the end.
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
Well, we're past the worst of it.
Okay.
But the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
A forbidden spell.
Ooh.
Turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic. Turning a person's magla into a snarl beyond control.
Okay.
This man named Luis. He may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
Ooh. What is this forbidden spell? Tell me about Luis.
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts. They're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius, a family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Okay.
Wait. What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
What do you wish to know?
Oh. Tell me about Luis. Again. What is this forbidden spell?
This forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic. In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more Magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face fear, the Magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests, with the world embroiled in chaos.
So I have to not let fear take over.
May be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder. But that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge, even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
That's him. The malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
Oh. Okay. Alright, I know we need to chase this guy, but... One second. Where is... There's Prince. Ooh. Support attacks from comrades happen more easily and enemies are stunned more easily in overworld combat. Okay. Heroic Slash deals heavy physical slash damage to one enemy. Damage boosted against human-type monsters. Increases the caster's attack, defense, hit, and evasion by 3 ranks for 3 turns. Radiance deals heavy magic light damage to all enemies. Morale boost. Recovers HP and MP each time a support attack lands in overworld combat. That's pretty strong. Hero's Cry adds 4 turn icons, can only be used once per battle. Okay. Resist all. Passive. Resists all affinity damage other than Almighty. Royal Slash deals extreme Almighty damage to one enemy. Damage boosted against human-type monsters. Ooh, Royal Sword with anybody. Deals severe almighty damage to one enemy, increased against humans. Armageddon's Final Sire. So, I need to have the Chronicle of the End. I need to have a first ally with a royal... I need 3 allies with royal archetypes. And then it deals 9,999 damage to all enemies for 99 MP. Windblade deal extreme physical wind damage to all enemies. Okay. Blackguard's Hammer. Deals severe physical dark damage to one enemy. Inflicts a one-time weakness to dark. Fire art. Deals extreme fire damage to one enemy. May inflict burn. Sable Dance. Inflict a one-time weakness to dark. Ignores resistances. What resistance would I be ignoring? What, to prevent it? Huh. Deals extreme magic ice damage to all enemies. Wild Boar deals extreme physical pierce damage to one enemy, significantly decreases their attack for 3 turns. That's wild. So where does the Prince archetype appear in here? Does it appear anywhere? It appears there. Huh. Oh, it just has 4 available. Okay. That's interesting. Huh. Well, that resist all is ridiculously powerful. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, you can't study the Prince. Nobody can. I guess that makes sense. Is everyone safe? We are. We have no casualties. However, we were swept aside like pebbles, unworthy of even a glance. I could do nothing but watch. I was powerless against him.
No.
There's little else you could have done, responsible as they were for the downfall of the resistance. Any move we might have made would have resulted in needless sacrifices. The intruder sensed the power of the Prince's awakened and came to investigate. I don't know why he would have run away, but surely he has a plan. Tread carefully, please. Well, since I just got the Prince archetype, is he going to become a human? Should I put on the Prince archetype?
What now?
Yeah, I will. Using Moss Caliber.
I walk a royal path.
Oh, I wanted to, That's not how you do it. Okay, so this uses the same as... Seeker does. Okay.
Ready?
Wait, subterranean passage. Yeah, we're going.
Stop!
It's Zarbon.
You.
Or Zorba. My bad.
So it was you behind
Been calling him Zarbon this whole
Indeed
time.
it was.
It's not it at
I
all.
killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours. So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What did you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse.
And so I shall
Good
return
luck.
the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Yeah, he
Bastard.
did make a human.
I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by some.
Oh, I didn't give myself any.
Let's put our power
I didn't give
on full
myself any of those
display.
skills. Oopsies. No, that's bad. Stop that.
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power.
Power of your newly earned archetype Prince surges forth. Oh, okay. So I think even if I didn't put Prince on, it would have forced
Kinda
me.
feels like fate by now.
Okay.
Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Alright, battle tutorials. Prince archetype unlocked. Prince is an archetype exclusive to the protagonist. You can now change it out as you wish. It can act as support for all synthesis skills. It has unique traits not found in other archetypes, but none of its skills can be transferred. Oh.
Hold on. Let's work together.
I want to do a royal sword.
Let's go.
No holding back.
Damn, that was almost 2,000?
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
If we all work together.
Oh, it works for everything. Oh, that's what it meant when it said that. I didn't think it meant every synthesis is in all of them. But I guess that makes sense. Alright, lower defense or lower attack? Let's go for lower attack.
You can do this.
Come
Look at all those appendages.
Yupa hit their weakness.
I hit a weakness and I missed something.
Trivial.
So I think I missed the Homogorlio. Yeah. The wing is weak to wind.
Watch me.
Okay. Fire!
Great.
Rampaging / wanton destruction. Battle cry tackle. Oh, perfect.
Let my power support you.
What happens next ain't my problem.
Ooh.
I like doing that.
Limitless bond. Okay.
Can someone help her? Yupa's hurt bad. Can we get her some healing?
I don't think I figured out
Maybe let's set it up.
anything for that. To one enemy, one enemy, one enemy. All my stuff is to one enemy.
Let's do this.
How's this?
Let's do the royal sword. Huzzah!
I cannot summon her.
I cannot summon her.
Not this tactic.
Okay. So I need healing. I was the one that had all my heals, too. Okay.
This should help.
There you go.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I'll give mass dancer.
Raging fire!
Blast him! Soul Scream. 4 turn icons. Wing regeneration? Okay. Knockblade Slicer. Okay. Another spin. She's down. Okay. Frenzy. Sounds perfect.
It's okay. We can do
Okay.
this.
So how do I switch out? So that I could switch out my archetype. No. How do I do it? Because that just shows up this.
Let's work together.
That shows up these. I should probably get her back up, shouldn't I? Yeah.
Let's try this.
Get up, Eva.
I rejoin the fray, Eva Summoner. It is your turn.
It is your turn.
Yeah, Yupa hit their weakness. This'll be over fast, Dancer. No need to worry.
Thanks.
There you go. Heal everybody.
I owe you one.
Okay.
Here I go.
War cry.
I will lend me your strength.
Together then.
Darkness.
Shroud.
All right. I've got a new weakness. This is the power summoner. Heed me. Yeah, Yupa hit their weakness. I'll show you. Burn.
Blast him with fire.
Let's keep it up.
Alright. You gonna regenerate? Regenerate the apples. Regenerate your wing. Yeah, okay.
Here comes another round of wind attack.
And the legs. Devour. How much do you heal? 1,000. Okay.
Let me handle those apples.
Sure.
All right. Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
You better be ready. Get wrecked. Withstood that, eh?
Alright.
We'll do this together.
I put a weakness to dark on you. Now I'm going to use it and reapply it.
You hit their weakness. That's your thing,
Wait.
No, not I ask for your aid.
Perfect.
Let's do this.
Summon Undead King.
Come forth now.
Bang. I have won. Wind God's Gale.
Tremble before me.
The bastard got away.
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible, but don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
That's true.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. We'll not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Where do we go? Years of prejudice won't go away overnight. Nothing could accomplish that. But if we don't believe things can change, they never will.
Come what may. My life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
I am prepared. Let us fight together.
We fight him together.
Yes. By our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
We might not send them to the gallows. We might turn them into humans. We've lost too many lives along this journey, and if Luis has his way with the world, such partings would become all too common. We have to stop him.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
That's what it comes down to. That's optimistic. I hope you'll sing a victory song.
Looking forward to the victory song.
Well, we've got bigger things to worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
Yay!
I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father, and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions.
Okay.
After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself. The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
I will. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. And for everything.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose. Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the Gauntlet Runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
Is Luis even going to be at the capital? I don't feel like he will be. There's too many things
strange,
that
isn't it?
are missing for
I
it
was
to be
convinced we'd been together
dead.
for a long time. I can't believe we've only just met. The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real.
Yes.
Guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
I am too. Oh, likewise, stay beside me forever.
Stay beside me forever.
Well, when you put it like that, you're gonna make me blush. But thanks.
You're welcome. Having overcome her trial, I can sense newfound conviction from Gallica as both an ally and a friend. Is it time?
The mystical fairy, Gallica.
Ooh.
She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus,
Yay!
the pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace
Max
of her
level
newfound
wizard.
powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
We've got the path to tomorrow in
You
front
can
of
now
us.
study
I'm gonna
the
lead the
Elemental
way.
Master and Warlock. Victory Foresight. During squad battles, you may gain extra turn icons. Huh? What, like just randomly? Bam! There they are. Elemental Master archetype unlocked. You can now study the Elemental Master. You can now study the Warlock.
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head.
This is the magic of music that Gallica cast for me once. Now that I think about it, it may have helped me in ways I didn't realize.
By the way, the Chieftess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it.
Interesting.
What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
This book is the legacy of my parents, the late king of Euchronia and the queen of the Elden Sanctum. Perhaps the utopia depicted in this book wasn't a mere fantasy, but ideas of the old world passed down in the Sanctum.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together. The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical.
Yes.
There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
Then true utopia has never been achieved. The so-called utopia depicted within the novel was based on the old world, but it fell into ruin and was destroyed by war. So if this book traces the trajectory of the old war, are these truly the ideals we're striving for? It seems rather the opposite.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself.
Well, the ruler of the utopia is going to face a lot of problems because you're not going to get everybody to agree all the time. That's where the conflict arises.
Lady Cruiday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village.
Yeah.
But little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power. With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Even if I were to win the throne, there's no guarantee in my idealistic vision it could ever become a reality. And yet what choice is there but to believe in them and fight on? The alternative is to accept that nothing will change?
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself.
How'd I do
That's what
that?
I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
I'm happy to hear it. After discussing the novel and her ideals with Gallica, I closed my eyes. Nap time. More? I was just thinking about visiting him. Wait, the scroll! Academia. It seems that I've been summoned by Moore in a dream.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny.
I did.
As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend. I once said that to be Elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety. And archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
The foremost fate? Not really sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you? Or something like that.
Indeed. It is birth that is inescapable.
Okay.
You cannot choose who you are born to. And once
I
your
see.
familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed. Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler.
I guess because if I didn't connect with the prince, I would still be out there? I don't quite see what you're getting at there.
Not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what
I
it
understand
truly
that.
means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks.
Indeed. It is his hands that bear our fate.
The hell?
I remember. I know that I know this voice.
I know that I know this
I've forgotten
voice.
it all this time? Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken.
Huh?
Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the Ascension of Kings.
Okay. My consciousness faded away and I was sent back to my sleep. I'm reminded that Moore was the author of the fantasy novel. Has Moore visited the ancient Elven Sanctum?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing.
Depends on
We are
who
one
the
people
royalty is.
living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
Stand strong to the end. Don't get reckless out there. Stand strong to
We
the
can't
end.
give up. Stand strong to the end.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in me eyes now.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing? Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
Some coin would be nice. I don't need to become king for that. It's to protect my country and its people.
I want to protect this country and its people.
Of this country.
The answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
Head to Grand Trad.
Let's see.
This place.
Let's move.
You see?
I doubt one Grand Trad will give us a warm reception. Still, should we choose not to fight, then Luis's victims only pile higher. Yeah.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general. The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really
Where would you
time for
go?
idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Oh.
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
Interesting.
Well then, let us depart.
Where are you going?
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
I see.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Huh?
Excellent. As
Where'd that come
planned,
from?
increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Okay, so what's he going to do?
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of Reef.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'll just say.
Trying to get people to bet, dude.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
A Sanctus bigwig gambling away his tides? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman. You saying Count Luis lied to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about? Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. The one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
I see.
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker.
Oh.
Hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter. Why only those supported by the people can use it. Listen well, O King. The truth behind the royal magic. Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Thou art
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh.
You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Ooh. Oh, okay, it's a sky.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Trad. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back! Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns! Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored!
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why didn't His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Cause he's an imposter! Just like Count Luis said! You'll not fool us again, beast!
Tell us why isn't His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed? Oh, wait, there were humans sighted near the capital. Is that what they're talking about?
Calm down. At least listen. And you. Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis. Even the thick one. He took in a parapus like you, and you spit on him. Scum. Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juna, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief. Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame. Shame! Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you! How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say!
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pikes soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi! Over here! Don't bother with them! No talking this one out. You need to run! Now!
Alright. Where are we running to?
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing.
If it's blind, it's not good.
Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy
If it comes to beliefs and things like that.
Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic. But we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Is this a chance to take out the humans and stuff? Nearest is heading back to the Gauntlet River. It seems like the city's calmed down at least a tiny bit. I've had a hard time wrecking our Gauntlet River, but we still shouldn't chance it. Okay.
Luis, rightfully the king.
What is that? What is that symbol? It's like a red sun. Wizard and assassin for a warlock. Interesting. The attack affinity changes to dark, and through synthesis skills it can use dark magic. Excellent at preserving MP. Let's go ahead and study that.
Fascinating. This right here.
Give me that. It's the heroic embodiment. Its heroic embodiment is that of an elite scholar, a sorcerer who binds the darkest magic to their control and unveils the secrets of elements themselves. 16,500 mag, please.
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
I hear the voices of past hero souls. O worthy heart, who tempers anxiety into strength exalted, if thou art prepared to pursue knowledge that surpasses the natural logic of the world, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the mage.
Really?
So this is the power of the warlock soul. I will master even dark magic in pursuit of my goals. For the sake of the world, I drink deep of forbidden power.
Oh.
Number of archetypes I've studied has grown. Thank you. Oh, he gives me a crown.
New skills, new possibilities.
Okay. Now we're gonna do this. Wait. A powerful magic adept with mighty spells and skills that can permanently increase the strength of magic attacks.
I see.
Permanent increases? Oh, is it through magic boost?
Fascinating. This right here.
Yes, another elite scholar.
I'm counting on you.
Oh, he's got resistance to all the base elements. Nice. We're gonna temper our anxiety into strength exalted. It's the same part. Okay.
I found new power.
So you get MP back, you deal heavy fire damage, heavy ice damage, heavy electric damage. Halves the MP cost of synthesis, only applies to synthesis that consumes MP. Increases magic skill attack by 15%. Yeah, that's what it is. Gabuta, Gablizaton, Gakayadan, Gakandian, something like that. Makara, Makara Break, Precipice of the Abyss. Huh. Deal severe magic almighty damage to all enemies. Skyfall Bolts. Metaphor. Ooh. Oh no, not Metaphor. Meteophor. Got it. Interesting. I don't know how much is left of this. Okay. We recruited those. We're gonna make our way to the inn. About time those arrogant pigs gets what's coming from them. Okay. Life was shite anyways, let it all be wiped out at once. I see. Not exactly a healthy thing that's going on. I'm back!
I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luisa's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
I am the prince!
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff. But under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince.
Yes.
Is that right? Still,
I faked being a fake prince.
Get the whole country to believe your story. Is that even possible?
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do? If this goes on...
but you're still you, yes? You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
That's true. If I'm here to help them, where would I begin to help them? I shouldn't worry about Luis. I should worry about the humans.
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. Not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural. It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? Or the eeriness in the sky?
Is that because...
Don't know. But the change in the
Could be.
citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
What Luis is doing in the royal palace, whether or not he truly desires a world overrun by humans. We won't know his mind until we confront
On
him.
the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
There must be something up there.
There's gotta be something up there.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Right.
If Luis is behind all of these disturbances, then stopping him will only help us in the approval ratings. If he can restore civility and rational thought, it'll pave the way to defeating Luis. We must press on with faith in that.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
We're counting on
Yes.
you, O king.
I shall be the king
'Tis too late
and
today
protect
for
my
a grand
people.
charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow we make for the castle.
Sounds like a plan.
What to pick?
Woo! Ooh. Wait, what are you doing here? I don't really want to be around the people outside because they're so weird lately. The people in here feel nice and warm, though. I wonder why. It's like there's this optimism in here. And it's gotten stronger since you came in, actually. I can feel people's hearts unwinding. Pretty amazing. What kind of magic is that? I wish the people outside were like this. And just like that, they were gone. Huh. Check the food shelf. Okay. Looks like I can talk to all of these people. That's good. I shall talk to them next time. This is good. I wonder how close I am to the end already. I'm still missing a relic, so am I gonna need to fight my way through the royal palace? Huh.
What now?
Well, I suppose we'll find out when we get there. Alright. Okay. Thank you all very much for tuning in and stopping by. I hope that you've been enjoying, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.